Let's meet them.
Hello, my name's Daniel Jordan. I'm from Portsmouth and I'm studying music.
Hello, my name's Alex Ashworth. I'm from London and I'm studying music.
And their captain?
Hello, my name's Paul Carey Jones. I'm from Cardiff and I'm studying music.
Hi, my name's Chris Adams. I'm from Taunton and I'm studying music.
Got that, they're all studying music. Just after midnight on January the 1st, 1999, a bottle of champagne in a Frankfurt hotel was paid for on a Visa card by Stephen Perry, the head of Visa Europe. It was the first item ever purchased in which currency?
Royal Academy, Ashworth.
The euro.
The euro is correct. Right, 3 questions on transport in films for your bonuses, Royal Academy. Which silent screen comedian was the star of the 1927 classic The General, in which he played the driver of a locomotive of that name?
Charlie Chaplin?
No, it was Buster Keaton, as your colleague advised. Bad luck. What was the name of the eponymous vessel which was the setting for Humphrey Bogart's only Oscar-winning performance?
Sorry, we don't know.
It was the African Queen. In the Orson Welles film, Citizen Kane's last word was Rosebud. What form of transport was Rosebud?
A sledge.
A sledge is right, yes. Written by the labourer Jim Connell on a 20-minute train ride from Charing Cross to Lewisham in 1889, the words of which song were intended to have been sung to the tune of a Jacobite reel, but were set instead to the German melody Tannenbaum?
Royal Academy, Jones.
Christmas tree.
Nope. Which first was achieved by 17-year-old Daniel Alter on May the 19th, 1999, when he began sitting on a folding chair outside the Mann Village Theatre in Westwood, Los Angeles?
Royal Academy, Jones.
Was he the first person to start queuing to watch the new Star Wars film?
He was. So see if you can get these bonuses to get back in the fight now, Royal Academy. They're on European languages, 5 points for each. Firstly, which language group has 3 main branches? Polish being an example of the western branch, Bulgarian the southern branch, and Russian the eastern branch.
Slavic.
Correct. Which language had replaced the native language of the Transcaucasian region by the 7th century BC? It has its own alphabet of 38 characters, which dates from 400 AD, and has approximately 5.5 million speakers today.
Greek?
No, it's Armenian. Which Germanic language was widely spoken throughout Central and Eastern Europe for centuries, although it was never a national language? At the outbreak of World War II, it had 11 million speakers, but now under 5 million speakers survive.
Yiddish?
Yiddish is right, yes. Later a teacher at the Bauhaus, which Russian-born artist is often credited with producing the first purely abstract...
Royal Academy, Ashworth.
Kandinsky.
Vasily Kandinsky is correct. You get 3 observations on war, Royal Academy. Firstly, for 5 points, what did the American politician Hiram Johnson define as the first casualty of war in a speech to the US Senate at the end of the First World War?
Innocence.
No, it's truth. Who in a 1938 speech on the subject of war said, "There are no winners, but all are losers"?
Chamberlain?
It was Neville Chamberlain, which historian in his 1963 History of the First World War wrote that it had been, quote, imposed on the statesmen of Europe by railway timetables. It was an unexpected climax to the railway age. Come on.
Shira.
No, it's A.J.P. Taylor. Shira wrote about the Second World War. Here's another starter question. Thought to have originated in Private Eye magazine in the 1960s when it was used to describe the lapses of the then Foreign Secretary George Brown, which 3-word phrase serves as a euphemism for being drunk?
Royal Academy, Jones.
Surely some mistake.
No. No, I'll tell you, it's tired and emotional. Another starter question. Surely some mistake does, but that wasn't applied to George Brown. Here's another starter question. Which fictional establishment had Miss Tibbs, Miss Gatsby and Major Gowan as its permanent...
Salford Crepes.
St Trinians.
No, you lose 5 points. Permanent residence.
Royal Academy, Jordan.
Fawlty Towers is correct. Your bonuses, Royal Academy, are on young singing successes. What was the title of the recording which topped the classical music chart in 1998 and was performed by the 12-year-old Charlotte Church?
Voice of an Angel.
Correct. Which musician and vocalist was born in 1965 and had her first solo album released when she was 11? She became a member of the band Exodus at the age of 14 and had her first international success with the Sugar Cubes in the mid-80s.
We don't know, sorry.
It's Bjork. In 1962, Ernest Loch, or Luff, was presented with a gold disc for a recording of his made 35 years earlier when he was a boy soprano. Two Mendelssohn works featured on the recording. One is Hear My Prayer. Do you know the name of the other? Come on.
Ave Maria.
No, it's O for the Wings of a Dove. Another starter question. Fingers on the buzzers for this. Who's being described? Born into a peasant family, in 1949 he went to Paris to study radio electronics but returned to Phnom Penh to work as a school teacher. He led the Khmer Rouge guerrilla forces in their overthrow of Lon Nol's...
Royal Academy Jones.
Pol Pot.
Pol Pot is correct. Good. Here are your bonuses, Royal Academy. Which novel followed The Warden in 1855 and preceded Dr. Thorne in 1858, thus making it the second in a sequence of 6 novels by Anthony Trollope?
Barchester Towers.
Correct. On their completion in 1996, the Petronas Towers became the largest habitable structure in the world. In which city are they located?
Kuala Lumpur.
Correct. Still employed in the East by Parsis and Zoroastrians, what is the function of the Towers of Silence?
Adams will answer.
Birds of prey eat the flesh of the dead bodies.
Exactly, there for disposing of dead bodies, yes. Whose mistresses were alleged to number, in Italy, 640, in Germany, 200...
Royal Academy
Don
Jones.
Juan or Don Giovanni.
Don Giovanni is correct in Mozart's opera. Listed. You get 3 questions on disguises then, Royal Academy. In which Shakespearean comedy does a disguise adopted by Viola persuade the sea captain Antonio to mistake her for her twin brother Sebastian?
Twelfth Night.
Correct. Lieutenant M.E. Clifton James became a significant figure during World War II when at Gibraltar, immediately prior to the Allied invasion of Normandy in June 1944, he appeared in public disguised as which British officer?
Field Marshal Montgomery.
Correct. Which American journalist adopted the thin disguise of Raoul Duke for his spree on the Las Vegas Strip, recounting his antics in a work first published in book form in 1972?
Hunter S. Thompson.
Hunter S. Thompson is right. Fear and Loathing in Los Angeles is the book. We're coming back well, Royal Academy. Here. Right, we're going to take another picture round now. For your starter, you're going to see a drawing of a cricketer. For 10 points, please identify him. Here he is.
Royal Academy Jordan.
W.G. Grace.
It is W.G. Grace, yes. Following on from W.G. Grace, who was Wisden Cricketer of the Year in 1896. 3 more cricketers for your bonus questions. 5 points for each you get right. First, who's this Wisden Cricketer of the Year in 1909?
Hobbs.
It is Jack Hobbs, yes. Secondly, who's this Wisden Cricketer of the Year in 1938? Come on.
Dennis Compton.
Dennis Compton. No, it's Len Hutton. And finally, who's this Wisden Cricketer of the Year in 1931?
That's Don Bradman.
It is Don Bradman, yes. 2 minutes to go. Here's another starter question. Described as a morality in a prologue, 4 acts and an epilogue, which British composer's adaptation of John Bunyan's A Pilgrim's Progress premiered at Covent Garden in 1951?
Royal Academy Jones.
Vaughan Williams.
Ralph Vaughan Williams is correct, yes. The American illustrator Bob Kane died in 1998. Who was his most famous comic strip creation, who first appeared in DC Comics in 1939?
Royal Academy Adams.
Superman.
No, anyone want to buzz from Salford? You may not confer, you may buzz, if any of you knows.
Salford Krebs.
Batman.
Batman is correct, yes. Well, bad luck, Royal Academy. Until then, though, it's goodbye from the Royal Academy of Music.
Bye-bye.
It's good.